What is up? It's Chess Plays Gabe, and you probably don't know what it is, but that's why I'm here. It's day 146 of our road to 2000. Guys, I am now below 1650. For the first time, I think in like 2 months, it really just seems like 1700 is slipping away. My board vision is at an all-time low. I haven't been able to think clearly. I've also been just generally in life just very, very busy. Haven't been getting enough sleep. Haven't been doing any theory study whatsoever or theory brush up. I do play puzzles at the beginning of, before I start recording every video, but it doesn't seem to be helping. Good news is it's my pawn-iversary, as you guys can see right here. So I've officially been on chess.com for 3 years, which means if you've been playing chess for 3 years and you're not at 2000 ELO already, I don't know. I don't want to say anything too much, but it's possible that it's just not going to happen. But as long as you guys are enjoying the videos, I want to keep making them. So we're going to just, on that somewhat bittersweet note, we're going to just hop in here against Alamo Ataz 1650 from Egypt. We do get the white pieces, so we're going to go ahead and play e4. Never let me down. And we get the Sicilian. Let's see if they bring their knight out here. If they go here, I will, I think, just push the pawn in the center. I kind of like that. There are plenty of lines. Okay, there are plenty of lines here where they do bring out the knight. And, yeah, so they go there. And then I believe I can just simply go back. I don't really want to go all the way back, so maybe I go here. Maybe that's an idea. Actually, no. See, I already don't know what I want to do here. It's been literally 3-4 moves into the game. All right, let's just go all the way back. And then I think I just want to develop my bishop and develop my knight. Let's develop the bishop first. If they want to go here, fine. Takes, and that's an interesting move. And I think the idea, well, maybe they want to go for this. No, they can't go for the check. Let's go ahead and develop our knight. And I've, created a little cove for my bishop if need be. But sometimes the idea is actually to go here with the queen. And so that if they ever push, I have this pin on the king. I'm not really sure what my opponent is planning on doing here. And then the idea also, I believe, is just to go knight ge2, just defend this square, try to reinforce it. So they go there. That's weird. I guess I could push, takes. Yeah, why don't I just push? If they want to take, I can take, but then they would take this. Oh, no. They can't take it because, okay. Let's push the pawn. I don't really see the purpose of this move. Okay, they just chop off the knight. That's, although I just replace it with another knight. And then they go there, but I just have this, right? What am I missing? Am I missing something? Wow, okay. My opponent is playing very strangely. Maybe this is what happens when you get down to below 1650 once again. Can I push? I think I kind of want to go queen e2, which seems really silly, but after push takes, like I just want, I mean, they're just going to castle, right? That's the whole idea. So you know what? Let's just prepare castling myself. Let's go here. They can now no longer come in here with the knight. Not that they could anyways. My queen was defending it, but if they push here, I actually might push through, because then where's your knight going? Knight has to go back. Okay, so they go there, which is simply a free pawn. And I could take with the knight, which threatens this check. So even if you go here, I go here, and then king has to move. That seems like an easy thing to play for me there. Yeah, if you want to go here, go ahead. I mean, seriously, go ahead. I also if you go there, and then this hangs. No, it doesn't, because the knight's protecting it. But okay, so they do go for castles. Now I'm wondering, okay, now if they go here, what's the plan? What is the plan? I could even just jump in with the knight straight away, so as to kind of protect it here, and then I just have a really nice outpost. I think that makes some sense. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do that right away. And again, the knight can't come in. This bishop's very strong. I want to get my queen here, but I don't think I want to castle queenside is the problem, because I've pushed all these pawns. I mean, maybe that was the reason my opponent gave me that check and then just went back, but I don't know. my knight is extremely strong on d6 here. Seriously, like hitting so many crucial points in my opponent's position so that they can't get their rook out. This rook is probably going to want to come here. I could take, they could take. I could go here. Takes, maybe. I don't know. Not really sure what my opponent's plan is here. But I also don't really have a plan myself. So, and that's kind of how it feels with chess these days. Right, so they hit my knight, but the whole idea was to push this. And since my knight is defending the bishop, there's no discovery on the bishop. Bishop also can still always go back. And I might just want to push b4 after something like, okay, so I could take that, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. I kind of want to just go bishop a2 and then b4. It's kind of silly. I mean, look at this pawn structure here. This is very, very bizarre. I see what they're trying to do, though. I think I do have to castle here because they're trying to open this diagonal for the bishop. I just want to, like, not allow that. And yes, my king is fairly unsafe here, but I have a connect 4 with the knight. I mean, I feel like that's pretty good. I'm also up a pawn. And again, I guess if you go here, that's even more reason to just go back. So, and then push b4, then probably push c4 and c5. Yeah, there we go. So this plays directly into my plan. I'm just going to go here, and then I'm going to go here. And that will kick the knight out, and then I can go c4 and then c5. And then I think, honestly, at that point, okay, they want to threaten this, but that's not even a mate, luckily. Oh, well, this is mate, so I should be aware of that for sure. I mean, yes, this is a real threat. I guess I could also go here. No, I couldn't because then that's mate. So should I go here or should I go here is the question. Probably here because no, then I can just be tempoed, but that is not a real tempo. So yeah, they are threatening checkmate here. They are. I could also go here, and then after check, I go here. So and then I just put my king back into the center of the board. I don't think that's a good idea. If I go here and check here, that's the same situation actually. So yeah, okay, so maybe I just have to take the bishop. That's unfortunate because that is a great spot for my knight, but you know what? Let's just take the bishop. And now there's no threat. And that was a very strong bishop. Now I think I am still going to play b4 and then c4 and c5. Maybe. I could also potentially go like here, but okay, they take with the knight also, which is really weird. I didn't even really register that, but that is a very strange move. I would assume that taking with the queen is probably better, but it gets out of the tempo, which is fair. Yeah, and now c4 makes all the sense in the world. You can't take because it's defended by the bishop. And I want to just simply, I don't know, like continue to get my pieces just improved. Maybe I can go, I don't know, somewhere with the bishop. I could also just push this. I mean, yes, this diagonal is very open and scary, but at the end of the day, is it doing anything? I could also just go, okay, I could go here. They're hitting the bishop, of course. Here, but then takes. I feel pretty good about that. This square is going to be very well protected, especially if I can get my bishop to this square without it being taken by the knight. Yeah, let's just go here. Let's try to trade it off. I mean, we're up a clean pawn. We might as well. Let's just trade. And then we're going to go into this endgame. Not really an endgame yet, but I have the bishop pair. My opponent has 2 knights. And in a closed position, is it a closed position bishop pair is better? I don't know. That's, okay, so they're trying to break in the center. If I take, they take this way. I could just go here. They go back. I could also push, takes. No, I don't want to break up my pawns like that. So I could just bring my rook here. That seems like a reasonable idea. And then if they want to push through, I'm probably just going to push to c5. So let's go rook fe1. If they want to take, I take, and take. Okay, fair enough. They do want to do that. So we're going to get rid of one of the bishops and then have our rook on a very strong square here. It can immediately be pushed. But if they don't want to take back, then I'm totally fine just like literally going here. Or, okay, so they do take. They're probably going to push this pawn. Actually, no, I can just take this pawn if that's the case. And now they're hitting this twice. So this was kind of my plan anyways. I kind of just want to push this pawn. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a much stronger position here. Now I can bring my other rook to the party. Ooh, interesting. I could sack a rook here, which is kind of funny. Okay, takes, check. Here, takes, or I just win a knight. But then I'm up, what? Okay, I got 2 pawns and a knight for a rook. You know what? I kind of like that. I kind of like this sacking idea. I mean, it's not really that forcing. Like, you don't have to take back. You could even, like, sack your knight back, but then takes, and then I think I'm just up material. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to sack the rook! Sack the rook! Takes and check. I don't think this is that good of a of a sacrifice, to be honest, but they could also go here, which is pretty funny. Okay, they do go there. But now, I mean, come on. That can't possibly be that good. I can just go back, or I can go here even, and then now I'm threatening this move. So now I can get my rook to the back rank. They can't even give me a check. Okay, yeah, my opponent was definitely supposed to take that sacrifice. It really wasn't that good of a sacrifice. And now you're probably just going to start getting windmilled unless you immediately defend really passively. And then I can go here. If you go here, I come up. And then your knight is running out of squares very, very quickly. I guess there's this. Okay, so they do that. I want to stop them from coming in here immediately, honestly. I could go here, but that seems really bad. I could also go here, but then there's still this. I think here, and then takes, and takes makes some sense because I am giving up this pawn, but this bishop is just far too powerful, right? It has to be. So let's come here. There's still no check. If they want to come here, that's totally fine. I'm going to come up to the seventh rank, I should say. And rook's on the 7th rank. You know what Bobby Fischer said? Rook's on 7th. The game's already over. So he said something like that. I don't know. Yes, you're probably going to win this pawn. Actually, I could just go here, but that seems a little too passive. I want to really force the issue here. Okay, fair enough. So I could come here and then go here. I mean, this is still a massive threat. I don't think my opponent's making the right moves here. Let's go here. I'm down 2 minutes on the clock, so I have to start playing a little bit quicker. But the whole idea is to get my rooks on the 7th rank, and my king is safe enough. I mean, it's safe enough. Whoa. Okay, so they stopped the back. I mean, there's no back rank issues anyways. Let's just come up here. Now I'm still threatening this pawn. Takes, and I would take with the rook, because then this will be a discover check. Let's see what my opponent does here. It's getting a little frisky. I mean, I want to think that rook sack was good. It's possibly, I mean, it's probably not a brilliant move. If anything, it's just like a inaccuracy or something, but it works. Now, okay, now I can just take this. They can give me a check, and then they can win my bishop. So I could just take with check, takes, and takes. That's also an option. Do I want to do that? That just wins a pawn. I could also take, and then take. But then there's still check. And then I still lose my bishop. So I think I do have to take with the bishop. Let's go ahead and do that. Takes. And then the rook can harass me, but I can just come up, and I think it's fine. Yeah, so they take. Oh, I can actually take this way first. That's probably much better. Yeah, now we're just up. Yeah, now we're just going to be up. I guess I could go here, takes, but I'd rather probably just do this, right? Okay, they resign. All right, well, we get the resignation. That is how you play the game. We did get a brilliant move. You know what they say, win or lose, it's time. Look at this graph! To look at this graph. Let's see what we got here. I mean, I assume it's not that great. 82.8, okay. My opponent actually blundered massively, and I missed it. But I never trailed in this game. And then I had this brilliant move right here. I played like a 2000. My opponent played like pretty much where they are. Let's run through it. This is all pretty normal. Yeah, I was supposed to just go one square back, but I wanted to be able to bring the bishop out here. I guess it's not that good, huh? B4 right away. Interesting. They just blundered. Oh my god, this is the second time this happened. You guys remember yesterday's game? I missed a hanging bishop that was hanging to my queen. I missed that again. That's insane. I apologize for people who are screaming at their screens once again. Luckily, it didn't matter. But, yeah, that is insane. How did I miss that? I mean, obviously, looking at it now, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a hanging bishop. In the game, I just completely missed it. That's crazy. I'm telling you guys, my board vision is just not there. And then they just give up a pawn for no reason. I was actually supposed to take with the bishop, but I like taking with the knight and then putting my knight on this nice square. And then here, yeah, it's just taking is fine. Actually, taking back with the knight was the best move. But pushing all these pawns and just like getting down to, okay, I was supposed to take with the pawn there. So this is actually a mistake. Not a huge one, to be fair. But then this is a brilliant move, and they actually are supposed to accept the sacrifice. I mean, yeah, I would assume after here and here, I would take the knight, correct? Yeah. So that way, I'm like down material, but I'm up pawns. So, or I'm down a piece. I'm down an exchange, but I'm up a bunch of pawns. This is also going to hang. So if they go here, I can just take this, I believe. Yeah. And then they go here, and I can simply just, yeah, just move my king up. If they give me a check, yeah, it gets a little dicey here. Check. Oh, they can't give me that check. That would blunder a rook. So instead, they would just take this. I would come here, and then we just kind of play on. But, you know, it is what it is. Instead, what happens instead, they do not accept the sacrifice. By the way, this sound, gotta love it. They go here instead, and yeah, this is just, it just allows me so much counterplay here, or not even counterplay, so much just like initiative. And then this is the best sequence because, yeah, you were actually not even supposed to take because of what I did next. But yeah, takes, and they resign here. And I mean, I assume the best move is just to take the bishop, the rook, and then I could even go for this for another check, but I could just start pushing my pawn, and yeah, you can't even stop the pawn really. So there you go. That is how you win at chess. Let's try one more and see if we can get another quick win. If I lose here, I'm just going to end the video, guys. We do get the white pieces again, though. Against Antirusku, 1676 from Finland. They play the Karo Khan, which already gives me a lot of hope. Please play this. Oh, my goodness. We get the bayonet attack. Are they going to go here or are they going to go back? That's the question. Doesn't really matter. This is the most accurate move because it is tempoing the rook. There you go. Spoke it into existence, and I'm going to play h4, and they're going to play h6, which actually is not the best idea. The best idea is to play h5 here. And now I can play h5, and now, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful e6. What a gorgeous move. I mean, just stopping the entire plan of the black pieces in the Karo Khan. All Karo Khan players want to play e6 so bad, and I don't allow it. And now we're going to play bishop d3. Just hitting the bishop. It seems like a very harmless move. But at the end of the day, it could lead to some checkmate ideas. So we'll see what my opponent does. If you guys have been following the channel, you know that I play this all the time against the Karo Khan. I love this. I mean, I like to say that I invented this. I really didn't. It's very common. But the whole idea is to bring my queen now to d3. And if they play a simple developing move, like knight d7, well, unfortunately, that's going to be checkmate. So they have to be very careful here. Now, the ideas also are going knight to h3 to bring the knight into f4. Also bringing the bishop up to f4 to eventually go to e5, I believe, is an idea. I can also push this, takes, maybe. And then there are ideas, I believe in other lines there are ideas where like if they don't go here initially with the bishop, then this knight is like hitting this pawn and it looks free, but after you take, there's just a check, and there you go. Here, they literally have to move the king. So, but I don't even really want to play that move yet. So I think I'm just going to go knight to h3 here, which is a very strange looking move, but it actually allows, wait, can I just immediately push this too? Takes. I think I want to play knight h3 first and then push here. Because then after takes, I can take here, and then after check here, I have this fork. So if they do decide to take, obviously they don't have to take. Okay, so they go there, which threatens this this check. Right, and I honestly think I've seen this in past games. I believe Rook G2 is, or Rook G1 is fine here, but then there's this. But then I can push this pawn maybe, takes. Okay, no. I think actually in this case, I'm supposed to just go here because just get out of here. No check for you. I know that Rook G1 is a move. Okay. And then here, I believe. Right, that's kind of annoying. I think it's just knight D2. If they decide to take, I actually can go here, which kind of traps the queen. It kind of traps the queen. Yeah, so I don't think you can actually take this because here defends everything. And this is actually an idea that I see in the Scotch all the time when I get the Blumenfeld attack. They take this, and this is like the definition of a poison pawn, because then, you know, you're put in a worse position by taking the pawn. I can go here defending my rook. I don't even have to worry about castling. And your queen cannot go anywhere. So we'll see what my opponent does here. If they do decide to take, great. If not, I can simply continue with my attack. And the attack is going to continue. I could actually go here, forcing my opponent back, but I feel like that's a little bit of a waste. They can always go here. So I still haven't given this check, by the way. Maybe I should. You know what? I probably should give the check. So let's give the check now. And they go there, and now this is still like, okay, I guess it's not as good now. So I could push the pawn, takes, no, because they have this. So I kind of want to push here because if they take check, that's not going to be good. Okay, maybe I just come back, actually. You know what? I'm actually going to come back. It's ruining a tempo. Oh, they couldn't have castled anyways, Gabriel. Silly. Okay, whatever. If they want to take, fine. Please, be my guest. Please be my guest. Because this is coming next. Takes and takes with the knight. Here to here is an idea. Setting up like several discoveries. I mean, it's still a very complicated position, let's be honest. But I can castle here. I don't think I want to castle queenside. I want to castle kingside. But I am just going to play this move. I mean, I feel like I don't have to think about it too much, right? Here, they can just take. That's the problem. So, okay, so maybe takes, and then here, because after takes... No. Takes, and then here. Now, the whole idea is to push this. Okay, so that's kind of annoying. You know what? Let's just castle. Let's just castle. Let's say I don't care about any of your pieces being anywhere. This is controlling so many squares, and now they're coming in to attack this. But I can simply go here now that I castled, and I can defend it. So why don't I just do that? That seems like a very good move. Let's go ahead and play just knight b3. I guess you can push, but that would just be a free pawn. So I'm just trying to limit my opponent's moves as much as possible. That's the idea here. Now, that's very strange. Are they trying to come in this way? Potentially. Here, they could just go here, though. So there's not a lot of, like, super great tempoing moves here. But I mean, my opponent's king is in the middle of the board. Like, it can't be that good, right? I could go here and just try to get rid of this knight. Takes, and then push, takes. Try to go in for this, but again, Is it that good? Oh, I have this check also. And then here pins the knight. You know, let's go for the... Does the check even do anything, though? That's the question. The answer is... If I have to ask, the answer is probably no. Let's go here first, because if they want to come in here, totally fine. This is also protected twice, so you can't really, like, hop in here. And then there's an idea of... okay, so maybe now I give the check, because then you can't go here. You have to come back to the back rank once again. And then I can simply slide my queen back and threaten this. In fact, once they move back, I can just take, but I feel like it's better to do this first. Oh, actually, yeah, okay, now it's about to fall apart. Ladies and gentlemen, their position is about to fall apart. After this, I actually also have this check. So this is pretty nasty. This, yeah, that is a move for sure. But I also have this, and after you take, no, that's not a thing. Ooh, okay. So if I just slide back, and if you take, I can take with check, and then you're forced to the back rank, and I feel like I have to be winning there, right? I mean, look at this. I mean, you are just completely stuck. My king is oddly safe on this side of the board. So you know what? Or do we go here? There's still this. I think I'm just gonna come back. I'm just gonna slide back and threaten this check. I'm just going to threaten this check. And you can't really stop it. I mean, you could push. I would just simply take. I'd actually probably take the bishop, takes. I'm not sure. Not sure what the best move is there. I could have just taken the pawn also, two ways, but I think taking with the knight and then maybe just chopping out the bishop is an idea. Check. They have to go here and then takes. Yeah, maybe this actually is the better move. There's no question about, like, this is fine. Yeah, now if they tempo the knight, I am just going to take this pawn because it's free and it's hitting this bishop. If I take the bishop, takes, and then check, you have to go here because, well, that's like your only move is to go here. And then I just have this, and it's like mate, right? Or I'm just winning everything. So I believe I'm in a completely winning position here. I do believe, unless you just start chucking pieces, which would still make me in a completely winning position, I believe I have solved the Caro-Kann. I've solved it, ladies and gentlemen. I have solved the Caro-Kann. We can all go home now. Thank you very much. Fuck you, Levy Rossman. I'm just kidding, guys. He's great. But there's a reason that even Levy doesn't use the Caro-Kann anymore. He was trying to prove that it was amazing until he got to a certain elo, and that elo is what I'm aspiring to. Not okay. Do I just honestly take this, takes and takes, or do I go check first? Because then they can come here and then check, and then takes. I think, honestly, I still just want to take this bishop. I just want to take the bishop. I see what they're doing, though. They guarded this. Okay, but I can play this move, though, which attacks the queen, defends the pawn, and allows me to go here. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna play c3. I'm not gonna think about it too hard. c3, and then, like, again, this pawn is perpetually hanging. There's nothing you can do to save this pawn. And now your queen's under attack. You can go there. But now I have this. I could also come this way. It does hang this pawn. I don't really want to hang the pawn, but also, like, I just feel like I have to be winning here. Takes. The thing is, the queen is the most powerful piece in this attack. So here, and then takes, and what if I came here first? Because then I'm perpetually threatening this checkmate, right? So I think honestly, because yeah, then if you go here, I can just take with check and just call it a day, I guess. Slide back. No, I don't really want to do that either. I guess I can come here. No, that would be the same thing. If I just take this, takes, takes is definitely an option, but I want to keep the queens on the board. Let's go here. If you want to tempo my queen, fine. I'll give the check. I'll like finally give the check. And then you have to come here. And then as soon as this knight goes away, it's checkmate. So sure, go ahead and take this if you want. I'm taking this with the knight. No question about it. Takes, and then check, and then checkmate, right? It's not totally checkmate. Yeah, it would be checkmate because you can't go here. So I think my opponent's fighting. My opponent's fighting with all their might, but unfortunately the Caro-Kann is solved. We won. GG's. Resign now, please. And by I'm really asking, like, please. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. I could just leave my bishop to die and still go here. Takes, check, here, check. Does that still work? Does that still work? Oh, no, because they... Wait. Okay, wait. Let's calculate real quick. Takes the bishop for free. Takes their bishop. Takes... Then I go check first. But then they can come here. That's right. Okay. So I can also just take en passant, and I honestly think that's probably the best move. That is probably the best move. I could also just sack the knight, but that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Let's just go ahead and take en passant. And yeah, I mean, again, still, the moment they allow this move, I don't think it's inevitable. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now I can take. And I suppose you can go here, hitting my queen. Or you can tempo with something like this, but I would just take. I mean, this just seems too good. If I go here, you're just going to hide in the corner. So let's go here. I'm hitting the bishop. If you want to come here. Oh, if you want to come here, I have this checkmate. So, right. You cannot move this. You can't move the knight. The knight is completely frozen. That's kind of insane. Not just from the bishop and the queen having a battery on the king, but also the knight now. And now I'm just going to take and then go check, right? Because then there's this, and then there's... No, do I do that? Takes. I could also go here. Takes. No. Here, and then here. All right. I think we just simplify here. I think that's the idea. I'm going to take the bishop. Now this is pinned. This is pinned. This is pinned to checkmate. This is pinned to the queen, or the rook. I can go here. I guess you can take... But then I go check, and then they go here, and then check, takes, check. I mean, come on. It's got to be over, right? It just has to be over. Let's go. Let's take. I can also just go here, which is brutal. Yes, you can take this pawn. But, however. I mean, I can also take here. If you take... Then I take the knight, and then I'm threatening both this knight. I can go check. If you take this, I take your rook. I also just have this, which forces the knight out. That's got to be good. That just has to be good. And maybe your best move is just to sack the rook here. Again, material is only +1 for me, but it feels absolutely devastating. Now, are they getting out of this? Like, seriously? Oh, this is also pinned, I just realized. Shoot. Oh, and I'm running out of time. That's awesome. Okay. Shoot. No, I can't give up my queen, that's for sure. Here, actually, here's probably a move, right? Here. Oh, my God. There's no way, dude. There is just simply no way. All right, I think let's go here. They can't take because it's defended. They can't come here. They push the pawn. Okay, that's a free knight. It's a free knight. That is a free knight. Let's just take the free knight. Cash in on the free knight. Then I can go here. And then it's still falling apart, but maybe I didn't play this as accurately as I should have. To be honest. It's fine, though. Your queen has no moves. Like, your queen literally has no moves. So let's go ahead and just take this. There is a check. No, there's no check. There's no check. There's no check. You can take this, I guess. But then I just have check. And that would be mate. I do believe. My calculations are correct. That is mate. So I am threatening mate here. You got to take. I take with check. And now I go check. And then I go check. And you go back up. Oh my god. And then I go check. Oh my god. You should have gone back up. That was not the move, my guy. Shit, I have no time though. So let's come this way and just try to... Oh no, I'm going to run out of time. I'm literally going to flag. I'm like... Oh my god, I'm so close to a checkmate though. I'm so close to a checkmate. Oh my god, I'm going to flag, dude. Are you kidding me? Please. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Please. Yeah, they have a check. No checks. Bro. Where's my mate? Where is my mate? They might sack. Okay. God damn it. That's just fucking awesome, isn't it? I just have no words. I have no words. Let's review that. Look at this stuff! I mean, I guess it's better than I drew. I don't know, man. Played with a 74.3. Yeah, I was just completely winning, and I just blundered the advantage over and over again. Played like a 1550. My opponent played like an 1150. Let's see where I was supposed to finish out the game. I know that I was just so close here. I was so close. I kept saying the Caro-Kann is solved, and I was wrong. I mean, I wasn't wrong, but I mean, this is just... Yeah, just coming back was not that good, but here is good, and then I give the check, and then I come here, and then I just wasn't playing quickly enough, I feel like, in terms of tempo, and also in terms of the time. I was just supposed to take with check, and then they go here, and then I assume I just take this. Yeah, I was just trying to be more fancy with it than I needed to, and here, and just here. Yeah, just be more like that, I guess. Here, check, and then here, and then there's this check, and I just win the queen. I could have just done that. Oh, never mind, I don't win the queen. I guess, you know what's funny? I could take... No, that wouldn't be good. Takes, check. Here, check. Here. And then just like here. And your bishop is like almost trapped. It's kind of funny. I mean, what if I just push this? Then they go here, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so instead of that, we get into this position where I am completely winning and I just don't execute the checkmate in time. I take this, I take that, I take this, and then I go here, which is actually just not that good. And then I go here, which is also not that good. I was supposed to take with the bishop, but I was just running out of time. Yeah, my opponents, okay, they were supposed to actually go to the corner, but I trade the queens, and then the problem with trading the queens when you're down on time is that there's not enough time to finish the game. This is actually a huge blunder because they could have taken. But then I get here, and then this is another blunder, of course. But again, I have 0.8 seconds on the clock, and then it just becomes a draw. Of course, I'm completely winning here. They would have to go here, and then I'm just gonna promote. I guess they go check first, but there's no way to stop the pawn. They come here, and I would just, well, okay, yeah, I would just take the knight first and then promote or whatever. Yeah, it's a draw. It is what it is. That is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, I'm back over at 1650 again. Wow, amazing. If you guys like this kind of content, please make sure to come back tomorrow because I will be right here. And subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for supporting me on this journey. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I think by the time this one is posted, we will be getting to 1,000 subscribers. And at that point, technically, I can monetize, which is awesome. I am going to be starting a TikTok and an Instagram for this channel soon because I have a sense that I'm going to be a little bit slower with uploads here coming soon because I will be traveling a little bit. I'm going to visit family as well as go to a friend's wedding. Shout out to my friend. You know who you are. But go do something fun today. It's hot. It's muggy. It's sunny. I was like out all day yesterday at the beach. I got super sunburned. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but I applied sunscreen twice and it didn't matter. I'm just very pale. Hopefully going to be less so in the coming months. Going to get a lot of sun. Going to get a lot of vitamin D. Pause. Only that kind of vitamin D. Okay. And I'll see you guys there, I guess. Yeah, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. See ya.